Hello, everybody. Dan DeFedericis from Saratoga Report, and I am here with Alphonse Lambert, Coach Lambert of Saratoga Central Catholic, Spa Catholic. He is the athletic director at Saratoga Central Catholic, but also the head coach of the varsity baseball team. And he's been holding that position. Are you ready, folks? 36 years. And a lot of you know that already. I'm not originally from here. I've been here a while, 17 years, but I did not know that. But I've been paying attention to Saratoga Central Catholic baseball team because they keep winning. Coach, you are at a great start. Understatement of the year at 11-0. You're coming off a win earlier this week against Hoosick Falls, 24-1. Tell me a little bit about this team. What got you to such an early good start, and where you plan on going from here?
Yeah, pitching and defense has been the key that has gotten us to this point. We've had some very, very well-pitched games and played some very solid defense against some pretty good opponents especially in our non-league schedule.
Well, that's great, and you've been coaching for such a long time. You've seen so much. You've had a lot of success. You've won the division titles, and I don't want to start off this by jinxing you, but obviously, I'm from Buffalo, Bills fans for 90 billion years now. I've been hoping to go and win the Super Bowl. So I don't know the exact playoff thing. What is your goal for a team in any year? How would it go if you continue post regular season and so forth?
It's funny when you say jinxing and all that stuff, because I am superstitious when it comes to baseball. And I have this philosophy, and I tell the kids all the time, and this keeps things into proper perspective. I tell the kids, listen, you're not that good, because 15 minutes north, 15 minutes south, 15 minutes east and west, there's somebody that can kick your tail. So we kind of keep things in perspective. Our goal is always to win the inning. Okay. And we use the phrase, let's not get the cart ahead of the horse. So we respect our opponents. We go into every game knowing that, we got a target on our back. I try to keep things, under the radar, but it's hard, and especially
Sure.
with social media and things like that, it gets tricky, but our goal as coaches and our staff is just to keep the kids grounded and understand that, be a true athlete, student athlete, and understand that, you got to respect your opponents and nothing is a given.
Great. And listen, if somebody wants to come out and see one of your home games, I think you've got one tomorrow night at 7, did you tell me?
7 o'clock against the same team, Hoosick Falls. The way the league schedule sets up is you go back to back with these teams. So nobody can really set up their number one pitcher to face that opponent twice. So really, it's truly the best team has to win. So you got to have a number 2, 3, and a pretty good relief pitcher to win it.
And is that at, do I understand, Veterans Memorial Park on Geyser? The Geyser, they
That's
call it?
on Geyser Road, yep. The official address is 10 Adams Road, but it's right off Geyser Road. It's just past, it's probably off Route 50. I think it's a mile and a quarter down up the hill. And
Sure. Yeah. It's hard to go down Geyser and miss it, right?
That's right.
Excellent. And give us a little bit of insight into this season. Again, you seem grounded. You don't want to. What is going on there? What makes this team doing so well?
Well, this has been a really has been transpiring for probably the last 8 years. I've had these boys. A majority of these boys in my baseball camp that I run with Dale Long. Dale's my assistant coach. His dad is of course Dale Long, who still holds the major league record for home runs in consecutive games with 8, which was tied by Mattingly and tied by Ken Griffey Jr. So he's on my coaching staff, and we run a camp for the last 30 years, and we've had a ton of kids come through our camp, and then eventually come here and then play in our program. This group of kids right now has been in our camp since they were 7, 8 years old. And then I was fortunate enough, somebody asked me if I would coach them in the summer. So after they left Little League, 12-year-olds, I started coaching them for 4 years. I coached these kids for 4 years, and we had a lot of success in the summertime. I brought these kids up as young players. One of the boys, one of my pitchers, he's an ace pitcher, Pierce Byrne. He's been with me on the varsity since his 7th grade year. He's a 10th grader, and he's one of the best pitchers in the Capital Region. And then 4 other boys, Hunter Fales, Ronan Rowe, Tyler Wagan. Those boys have been on the varsity since they were in 8th grade. And then one other boy, Ryan Gillis, joined us as 9th graders. So that core group right there of 9th graders or 11th graders now, and then Pierce Byrne was really that group of kids that came up as really middle school players playing at a varsity level.
Okay.
So,
I caught Pierce Byrne's name just in the Times Union
and
today or a day ago.
there's another boy in the mix there too, Kyle Kelly, who's also, he was an 8th grader that came up. So yeah, Pierce Byrne he's nominated for Player of the Week again this week. So he's had a tremendous start to the season. He's 4-0, and he hasn't given up an earned run, and he's striking out people like left and right. I mean, he's tough. His last game he pitched against Schuylerville, he threw a 2-hit shutout, won 1-0, and then he knocked in the winning run on a bases loaded walk-off walk. So yeah,
it's got to be, again, there's a long season ahead of you. I recognize that, but the fact that you've been with these boys for so long, you got to be, and I hope you're enjoying this and loving every second.
I enjoy these kids tremendously. I spent a week with them in Florida, so we go down to spring training every year, and we go down to Disney, and we play a really intense schedule down there. We play 5 teams down there. 2 of the teams were A schools. One school was a AA school, and then we played another team that was out of Philadelphia that was a very, very good Catholic high school. And so we were battle tested. We came back here and we scrimmaged Shenendehowa, who is one of the biggest schools in the Capital District. And we're one of the smallest schools, but they agreed to play us. And we learned a lot about ourselves. They kicked us around a little bit for 3 or 4 innings, and then we got our feet under us and finished a little bit better in the scrimmage. But we walked away learning, like I said, that philosophy, 15 minutes north and south, east and west. Well, the kids got a taste of that, so they got hungrier, and we've been on a roll since.
Great, and you used the term with me earlier, student athletes. To talk a little bit about them as students, what you've been instilling in them as a coach. Everything from academics to integrity and the other things beyond the sport itself.
Yeah, we got some good boys in this team. We really do. They have been a scholar athlete team since they were, since I had them, since they joined the team as 7th, 8th graders. The team cum is, I believe, 95. We have a couple kids that are in the starting lineup that actually are around 97, 98 average students. The entire team averages, like I said, 95. They were a scholar athlete team recognized by New York State. And so they do a lot of community service. They're helpful around the school. They're just good boys. They're just good, solid families and very supportive families. And, that's what I really enjoy being around these people. They're just nice people. And they'll do anything to help their kids and support the program, and most importantly, support Catholic education.
Good. I was just maneuvering here to get the website. If people want to come support you or just see some great baseball, where's the best place to find your schedule?
We have a great website. It's www.spasaints.com. And on that website, we have everything from the history of the program. We have you can look up the stats. You can look up previous players that have played in the program, and any information about our baseball camps, our previous history in sectionals and tournament play. And so there's a lot of information that is in there. We keep the league standings on that website too. So it's very informative.
That's great. And they can find your schedule, I think you mentioned as well,
And the
right?
schedule's on there. We also have the schedule of the JV and the modified teams on there. And if you click on roster, you can click on one of the players, and then his photo will come up, and his statistics will come up. It's pretty cool. The kids love it, and it really promotes our program, and it's a very good tool for college coaches who are recruiting our student athletes.
Okay, excellent. I'm also going to show the Saratoga Central Catholic website for those of you, whether your child is an athlete or not. It's a great option for some kids, 6th grade through 12th. So take a look. You can schedule a tour and so forth. And we have great sports across the board, baseball and beyond, right, Coach?
Oh yeah, and I listen. If they cut my chest open, I mean, I would be bleeding purple and gold. I believe in the school. I believe in the mission, the philosophy of the school. I tell parents when they walk into the front doors, I said, you're going to see the hallway there when you walk in, and you can take a look to the left and a look to the right, and you won't see kids put locks on their lockers. It's a very safe environment. Kids respect each other. They respect each other's personal belongings and their personal space, and they're it really is a nice school. And this faculty that we have currently, I'd match them with any school around as far as the education here. We got a very good math science programs, and it's just a very solid place. The faculty really cares about the success of the students, and as do the coaches that coach here that aren't faculty members that put the time in with these kids. So it's a very positive place, and it's one that I love to come to work every day.
That's great. You are, and you told me earlier you're an alumnus of their class of '84, as is Principal Signor, class of '84 alumnus there. That's
Yes.
talk about some longevity and some continuity for the students there. Coach, I appreciate you coming on today. Tremendous luck for the best of the season. I am going to make at least one of the games. I'm going to bring my daughters. A little bit of inspiration there to enjoy that. Any last thoughts here?
No, I really appreciate being on, and it's a nice honor to come on your show and your podcast, and just to tell you what we're doing, the good things that are going on at Saratoga Central Catholic.
Great. Best of luck, folks. 7 p.m. tomorrow night if you want to catch a Thursday night on Geyser Road. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Dan. Yep. Bye-bye.
Take care.